The Australian outback stretched endlessly under the setting sun, its orange hues casting long shadows over the rugged terrain. Callum Thorne, encased in his sleek black exosuit, stood on a rocky outcrop. His visor reflected the fiery sky as he surveyed the barren landscape below. The stillness of the outback was broken only by the distant hum of his team's hovercraft, now parked behind him. Callum's mind was a whirlwind of thoughts, mostly about the devastating losses he'd endured. The memories of his family's demise during the initial alien invasions haunted him, fueling his relentless determination. Each day since had been a battle, not just against the XL Naga, but against his own grief and anger. "Command, this is Thorne. We're at the designated coordinates." No signs of activity yet. Callum's voice crackled through the comm system, steady but tinged with an edge of anticipation. The response came swiftly. "Copy that, Thorne. Be advised, we've received reports of unusual activity in your area. Proceed with caution." Callum's team, comprising tactical specialist Mia Roberts and tech expert Leo Zio, approached the rocky outcrop. Mia, her brown eyes sharp and analytical, glanced around warily. Leo, fiddling with his portable scanner, muttered, "We're picking up faint energy readings. Could be XL Naga tech or just atmospheric interference." "Keep your guard up," Callum instructed, scanning the surroundings. The terrain was strewn with patches of dry brush and occasional rock formations. The outback, once a haven of serene isolation, had become a battleground scarred by alien aggression. As they moved deeper into the area, Callum noticed something peculiar: tracks in the sand. They were unlike anything they had seen before, with deep grooves that suggested immense weight and strength. The team halted. "Looks like we found something," Mia said, crouching beside the tracks. "These are fresh." Leo adjusted his scanner, which now emitted a low, persistent beep. "Energy spikes are getting stronger. We're not alone." Callum's visor flashed with a series of alerts. "Everyone, stay alert. We might be walking into an ambush." No sooner had he spoken than a faint rustle came from the dense brush nearby. Callum's instincts kicked in. "Positions, now." In a swift practice motion, the team spread out, their exosuits enhancing their speed and agility. From the shadows emerged a XL Naga predator, its dark, scaly skin blending seamlessly with the environment. Its eyes, glowing a menacing blue, fixed on the team. "Contact!" Callum's voice was urgent. The predator let out a guttural roar, and the fight began. Blaster fire and alien shrieks filled the air as Callum and his team engaged. The predator was formidable, but the team's coordination and advanced weaponry gave them the upper hand. As the battle reached a fever pitch, Callum's tactical mind raced. He knew this was just the beginning. Breathless and weary, the team regrouped, their exosuits emitting soft, cooling whirs. "We need to report this immediately," Mia said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline. Callum nodded, eyes narrowed. "We've confirmed their presence. Prepare for a full-scale operation. We can't afford any more surprises." As they made their way back to the hovercraft, Callum cast one last glance at the outback. The landscape was eerily quiet once more, but the tracks in the sand remained a stark reminder that the XL Naga's threat was far from over. Back at the outpost, the aftermath of the skirmish left a stark contrast to the previous calm. The human outpost, now fortified, buzzed with activity as Callum Thorne and his team scrambled to assess the damage. The eerie hum of repair drones filled the air, while soldiers and engineers worked diligently to reinforce defenses. "Thorne, we've got a damage report," Mia Roberts called out, her voice strained but controlled. She approached Callum with a datapad showing the extent of the battle's toll. "The outer defenses took a beating, but we managed to hold our ground." Callum scanned the report, noting the breach points. "Reinforce the vulnerable areas. We need to ensure we don't let our guard down." His mind was already racing ahead, analyzing the situation. Leo Zio, sitting cross-legged amidst a pile of tools and spare parts, was focused on calibrating their equipment. The Predator was more advanced than we anticipated. Their tech seems to be evolving. "Any insights into their new capabilities?" Callum asked, kneeling beside Leo. Leo looked up, frustration evident. It's hard to pinpoint exactly. Their weapons are more coordinated, and they're using stealth tech we haven't seen before. We need to be prepared for anything. Mia, wiping sweat from her brow, added, "The predator we encountered wasn't alone. There's a high likelihood that more are coming, and they'll be better equipped." The team fell into a grim silence. Each member felt the weight of the upcoming challenge. Callum knew that the next encounter could be even more brutal. He clenched his jaw, his resolve hardening. We need to update our strategy. If they're evolving, so must we. Let's come up with a plan to counter their new tactics. The team huddled over maps and schematics, brainstorming defensive strategies and countermeasures. Callum's leadership shone through, his tactical acumen guiding the team's focus. We'll set up decoys and traps to draw them out. Use the terrain to our advantage and hit them where they're weakest. Mia nodded, her expression determined. Let's make sure our comms are secure and our data is encrypted. We don't want any surprises. As preparations continued, a sudden alert flashed on Callum's visor. A new wave of energy readings was detected stronger and closer than before. The Outback's quiet once again gave way to a tense anticipation. "Prepare for incoming hostiles," Callum commanded, his voice resolute. "This fight isn't over yet." As the team readied themselves, Callum took a deep breath, steeling himself for the battle ahead. The Predators' prowess had tested their limits, but now they were more prepared than ever. The Outback awaited their next move, its desolation a stark backdrop to the looming clash. The stillness of dawn was shattered by the ominous rumble of approaching XL Naga forces. From the fortified inner bunker, Callum Thorne observed the horizon. His heart pounded with a mix of determination and dread. The alien predators were relentless, and today's siege would be their fiercest yet. "Positions, everyone," Callum ordered, his voice calm but authoritative. The team, already poised for battle, sprang into action. Mia Roberts, tactical and vigilant, manned the central defense turret, while Leo Zawo, ever the tech whiz, fine-tuned the automated defense systems. The first wave hit hard. XL Naga predators, larger and more formidable than before, surged towards the outpost. Their scaled hides glistened in the early light, eyes glowing with a ferocious hunger. The air crackled with energy as the predators unleashed their advanced weaponry. "Hold the line!" Callum's command cut through the chaos. Blaster fire and energy pulses lit up the battlefield. The team's coordinated defense was a testament to their training and resolve. Despite their best efforts, the Predators' sheer numbers and evolving tactics began to take a toll. The outer defenses buckled, and breaches appeared in several places. "We're being overrun," Mia shouted, her voice strained but unwavering. "Fall back to the inner bunker," Callum ordered. The retreat was swift and orderly, a testament to their discipline. Inside the bunker, the atmosphere was tense. The walls vibrated with the force of the ongoing battle outside. "We need to hold this position," Callum said, his voice low but resolute. "Leo, how's the status on the traps?" Leo, fingers flying over his console, replied, "They're active. Let's hope they give us the edge we need." The next wave of predators breached the outer perimeter, triggering the traps Callum's team had painstakingly set. Explosions and energy surges disrupted the alien formation, buying the humans precious time. The bunker's defenses lit up with retaliatory fire, repelling the invaders with renewed vigor. Amidst the chaos, a sense of camaraderie grew stronger. Callum, Mia, and Leo fought not just for survival, but for each other. The bunker became a bastion of human resilience, their collective spirit unyielding despite the odds. "We're not just defending a position," Callum said, his eyes fierce. "We're sending a message. Humanity will not be conquered." The tide of battle began to shift. The XL Naga, though powerful, were not invincible. The team's tactics, combined with their unbreakable will, started to turn the predators back. As the siege raged on, hope glimmered on the horizon. Then, as the predators seemed to falter, a new, more chilling signal was detected. Callum's visor flashed with a dire warning. Larger, more advanced alien forces were en route. The chapter closed on this foreboding note. the bunker's defenders bracing for the ultimate test of their endurance and courage. The tension in the bunker was palpable as Callum Thorne reviewed the latest intel. The XL Naga forces had regrouped and were advancing with a terrifying new weapon. The earlier victory had bought them time, but now the stakes were higher. The alien reinforcements, larger and more advanced, loomed on the horizon. "Command, this is Thorne. We've detected a massive energy surge. Reinforcements are incoming, and they're packing something big," Callum reported, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "Copy that, Thorne. We're mobilizing additional support, but you'll need to hold out until they arrive." The response came, clipped and urgent. Mia Roberts and Leo Zhao joined Callum, their faces reflecting the grim reality. "What's our play, Callum?" Mia asked, her tone resolute. She had been through countless battles, but this one felt different. "We need to neutralize that weapon before it reaches us," Callum said, pointing to the map spread across the table. "Leo, can you pinpoint its location?" Leo's fingers danced over his console. "Got it? It's heavily guarded, but if we can create a diversion, we might have a shot at taking it out." Callum's mind raced. "Mia, you lead a strike team to create that diversion. Leo and I will handle the weapon." Mia nodded, her eyes blazing with determination. "Let's give them a fight they won't forget." The team split into their respective groups. Mia's team moved with stealth and precision, setting up explosive charges and drawing the enemy's attention. The air was thick with tension as the first explosions echoed across the battlefield. Callum and Leo used the chaos to their advantage, navigating the treacherous terrain towards the alien weapon. It was a massive construct, pulsating with a sinister glow. Alien guards surrounded it, their vigilance unwavering. "We need to take out the guards first," Callum whispered. "Leo, can you hack their systems?" Leo nodded, connecting his device to the alien tech. "I'm in." Disabling their defenses now. The guards suddenly faltered, their weapons flickering. Callum seized the moment, launching a surprise attack. Blaster fire erupted, and the guards fell one by one. The weapon, now unguarded, stood ominously before them. Leo's hands moved swiftly over the control panel. "This thing is more complex than I thought. I need more time." "Do what you have to," Callum replied, his eyes scanning the surroundings for any signs of reinforcement. Minutes felt like hours as Leo worked. Finally, he let out a triumphant shout. "Got it!" Weapon deactivated. The ground shook as the alien weapon powered down, its glow fading. The victory, however, was short-lived. A chilling roar echoed through the valley, and Vorik, the XL Naga warlord, emerged from the shadows. His presence was commanding, his dark eyes filled with malice. "You think you've won?" Vorik's voice was a guttural snarl. "This is far from over." Callum faced Vorik, his resolve unshaken. "We'll see about that." The ensuing battle was a clash of titans. Callum's exosuit enhanced his speed and strength, but Vorik was a formidable opponent, his brute force nearly overwhelming. Blows were exchanged, each strike a testament to their unyielding wills. As the fight raged on, Leo found an opportunity. "Callum, distract him." "I've got an idea." Callum nodded, launching himself at Vorik with renewed vigor. The distraction worked, giving Leo the precious seconds he needed to activate the remaining explosives around the weapon. "Callum, get clear," Leo shouted. Callum disengaged and sprinted away, moments before a massive explosion rocked the battlefield. The weapon was destroyed, and Vorik was thrown back, his forces in disarray. Breathing heavily, Callum regrouped with Leo. "That was too close," he panted, but a small smile played on his lips. Mia's voice crackled through the comms. "We did it, Callum. The reinforcements are pulling back." For a moment, amidst the destruction and chaos, a sense of victory washed over them. But as Callum looked towards the horizon, he knew the fight was far from over. The XL Naga were relentless, and this battle was just one of many to come. "We've won today," Callum said, his voice resolute. "But we need to be ready for whatever comes next." As they made their way back to the outpost, the sky painted with the hues of dawn, Callum felt a flicker of hope. Humanity had faced the abyss and emerged stronger. and as long as they stood together, they would continue to defy the odds. The sun rose over the battered landscape of the outback, casting long shadows over the scene of the fierce battle. The once serene environment was now marred by craters and the remnants of the fallen XL Naga forces. Callum Thorne, Mia Roberts, and Leo Zhao stood amidst the aftermath, their faces reflecting a mixture of exhaustion and triumph. "We did it?" Mia breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. "We actually did it." Callum surveyed the scene, his expression thoughtful. "We won a battle, but the war is far from over. Vorik might be down, but he's not out." Leo, still tinkering with his equipment, looked up. "We've shown them that humanity isn't as easy to conquer as they thought." That's a message that will resonate. As they began the arduous task of rebuilding, the sight of fresh faces, ready to fight and support their cause, filled Callum with renewed hope. The war-torn outpost quickly turned into a hive of activity as engineers, soldiers, and medics worked side by side. "Commander Thorne," a voice called out. Callum turned to see a young soldier approaching, her uniform dusty but her eyes bright with determination. "We've intercepted a transmission. The XL Naga are regrouping, but their morale is shaken. They didn't expect us to be this strong." Callum nodded, a slight smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. "That's good to hear. We need to capitalize on this. Our next move is crucial." The team gathered in the command center, the air thick with anticipation. Maps and data streams filled the screens as they planned their next steps. The central theme of unity and resilience was palpable. Each person knew that their strength lay in standing together. "We need to strike while the iron is hot," Mia said, her voice steady. "Hit their supply lines, disrupt their communications, keep them off balance." "Agreed," Callum replied. "But we also need to fortify our positions. They'll come back stronger, and we need to be ready." As they strategized, a sense of camaraderie and purpose enveloped the room. The human spirit, unbreakable and relentless, shone through their efforts. Each plan, each idea, was a testament to their ingenuity and resolve. "Remember why we're fighting," Callum said, his voice carrying the weight of their shared experience. "For our families, for our future, for humanity. We will not be extinguished." The chapter closed with the team standing united, their resolve hardened by the trials they had faced. The dawn of resistance had begun, and humanity's fight for survival was far from over. As long as they stood together, they knew they could face any challenge that came their way.